Welcome to this edition of Agile and DevOps Tidbits. Today's subject is, have you created a permanent DevOps department with official titles? Here's what you may have missed. If we do a simple search of LinkedIn for DevOps, what we discover is it seems like everybody today has an official title such as DevOps engineer. And if we look around a little more, we also discover a large portion of companies attempting DevOps have decided that the path to follow is to set up a brand new permanent DevOps department. So we ask ourselves, is this the correct path to follow for DevOps? Well, if we listen to what organizations who can be said to be truly practicing a DevOps philosophy have to say, or the top names in a DevOps movement, the answer is a resounding no. So let's explore some of the things you may not have considered if you've taken the path to creating a permanent DevOps department with official titles. First, let's take a look at the foundations that DevOps is based on. You have probably heard DevOps is based on lean and lean manufacturing, and a number of people have heard that's based on the work of Dr. W. Edwards Deming. The reality is that you should be paying very close attention to Dr. Deming's work, specifically point 9 of his 14 points. In point 9, Dr. Deming calls for companies to break down barriers between departments. Dr. Deming also goes on to explain that everyone from people in research, design, sales, and production must work as a team. They do this to foresee problems of production and in use that may be encountered with the product or service. Does any of this sound familiar with DevOps? Well, aren't we trying to foresee problems in production by automating the processes to control variation, creating feedback loops, etc., etc.? Isn't DevOps using feedback loops, automated testing, and deployment strategies to uncover issues that customers may encounter with the products or services? Next, we need to look at today's environment of rapid change. We need to understand that in the past we saw stable, slow-changing environments, where learning and adaptation could proceed slowly. In these stable, slow-changing environments, trial and error was probably the most effective solution. In unstable, rapidly changing environments of today, such as those caused by rapid technology change, explicit, systematic learning must be the linchpin of strategies to keep organizations adapted to their environment. If you are not careful how you organize yourself, all innovation ends up being incremental. Therefore, it is even more crucial that you organize yourself for a more disruptive type of innovation, and you can't always expect it to come out of individual teams or departments. As long as you continue to have different departments, such as a DevOps department, you will continue to have silos, and that hinders your ability for agility, innovation potential, and organizational learning. While information technology can enhance individual learning within an organization in many ways, a more important task is to capture that knowledge to the benefit of the organization. This occurs in several ways. One way is by improving coordination, communication, and collaboration among individuals so that the expert knowledge and learning of individuals within the organization can be transferred from the individuals with knowledge to individuals who need or can take advantage of that knowledge. Really, what this sets up is the argument made by most of the DevOps leaders and organizations that have successfully adopted DevOps, and this is that it's critical to not follow the path of creating a new DevOps silo with formal titles, but instead make use of methods such as dojos to disseminate the knowledge of individuals to others inside the organization and not trap it inside a new silo. A second way is by developing methods to capture and preserve individual experts' learning outside of memories and experiences of those experts. While many organizations recognize that their most important asset walks out the door every night, that few are systematically seeking out ways to capture and preserve that expertise. This is where the use of automation is so critically important in DevOps. Organizations must take the knowledge that is in the minds of the individuals in terms of how to set up infrastructure, architecture, processes, tooling, and then transfer that into code that can be used to automate the delivery process. By transferring this knowledge into code, organizations can extend this individual learning to the broader organization instead of it being contained inside a silo. Having a DevOps department do the automation and give others a button to push is in no way transferring knowledge. Lastly, another issue with creating a permanent DevOps department is that it stifles DevOps' attempt to bring back an engineering culture or startup mentality. When you silo up a group of individuals doing all of the what's termed cool work on new and exciting technologies, what you don't hear from other parts of the engineering is people talking energetically about technology and excitedly discussing the possibilities for these technologies. People want to be proud of their engineering skills and achievements, not feeling like they are locked in a specific sector with no opportunity to contribute. So what are the lessons learned from companies that have really truly figured out the DevOps philosophy? So what these organizations have figured out is that you don't want to go down the path of creating the permanent DevOps department. They have realized that DevOps is about attempting to institutionalize these processes so that they can capture learning of individuals and teams and make learning more broadly available to others in the organization who can also derive benefit from this learning. Remember this. This is an important point to remember. Organizational learning is our ultimate goal, and Agile and DevOps are simply vehicles to help us get there, just like tools and methodologies are vehicles to help us with Agile and DevOps. Well, that wraps up this edition of Agile and DevOps Tidbits. Join us next time. And as always, you can find more information on us at Agile Testing Framework or contact us at TORAC. Thank you.